Yes, I did just sing the intro to Game of Thrones because to get the actual track and use it on this for the intro would have cost me an absolute fortune. So I sang it to you instead. Have that. You'll love it. So this is the intro to my much awaited promised picture, my Game of Thrones picture, kicking off with the Night King, who is the main protagonist, the main bad guy in the series, and for me, my favourite baddie in any TV show in both genres of film and TV, just because of his design, the costume, the way he looks, his presence. Doesn't say a single word in the entire series, and he has got more presence than anybody else on that show. Everyone loves Jon Snow. I love Jon Snow. I love a load of characters, but he was my favourite just because I love the design. Very visual person, so anything like that really just strikes me when I see him. So this alone took me 30 plus hours to, I think it was 32 or something in the end. I might be wrong, I've counted up, but it was over 30 hours to complete him alone. Just because of the amount of detail and getting the aspects right, you know, the costume and all the details on him, the ice look to him. So he's the biggest portrait on there. You're probably wondering now why Daenerys Targaryen Khaleesi's appeared. Well, the story behind that is I did measure her out correctly. I have to do the facial measurements to make sure it's all accurate. And I, being the stupid person I am, stay up for hours sometimes drawing to the point where I'm really tired. And I made the mistake of staying up too late, drawing it, and I was bleary-eyed, nearly nodding off, and I cocked her face up, I messed it up, so I had to start from scratch. 15 hours of work down the drain to start again, erase it all as best I could, and then to try and draw her again over the top of the face that I rubbed out with rough paper. Now, people say me drawing the pictures is the talent. For me, my talent, and anybody who's a true artist, if you can get the face look as good as it did before on rough paper and still make it look smooth, that is where I'd say you have got next level skills. So the third portrait on here is well, it's everyone's favourite. Men want to be him, women want to chat to him. Did you like what I did there? I was going to say something rude then, but I thought I'd best not. So, Jon Snow, King of the North, and I'm not going to say anything else, just in case you've still not watched the series and I don't want to create any spoilers. I'm not going to say on anything on here that's going to ruin the TV show for you if you've not seen it. But yeah, Jon Snow, the hero and probably the main character for most, I would say, in the show, because everything seems to centre around him for a massive amount of the TV show. Again, this took over 35, 40 hours just because of the detail on the skin. If you look, it's a bit of a mess to start with, and have to build the detail up. It's like a patchwork. You have to start, you can't just put skin tone down and blend it in and hope it works. It's all layers, a bit like, for want of a better word, if you do an undercoat on the wall, you do an undercoat and then do a coat on top, that layer shines through, and it makes whatever you're drawing look solid, 3D and real. So there's a hell of a lot of layers that you have to put on this skin tone wise. There's, you know, the lighting from one side and another. It's hard. The hardest part of doing any portrait, and I think any artist will tell you, is drawing one with a shadow and two light sources, because having to balance that to make it look like the sub bits in shade but that are still light, I think it is a very tough thing to do. So originally I was going to have 3 portraits, and in the background behind Jon's head I was going to have the big ice wall, which is where all the night watch guards the wall, and it didn't end up being that. So here you go, the lettering. I was going to go for the obvious Game of Thrones. I thought no, G.O.T. would suffice. I've seen it on some posters and I thought that would be the right place to put it. Nice blue lettering, all the icy type colours blending in there, sort of bleeding into Night King. So yeah, so originally I was going to do the wall at the back with some ravens and a moody sky, and my good wife said to me, she suggested, why don't you've got room for another 2 portraits, so she says, why don't you do Cersei? And I said, well, yeah, that's a good idea actually. So I found a picture of Cersei, that I took all the pictures I took screenshotted from TV show, so it was hours of watching the show to take photographs, the right shots that I could work from it. So none of these hopefully you'll have seen anywhere else really. They might be similar because there's plenty that will be similar, but these are all ones I took. So I've got a picture of Cersei which really sort of picks out Cersei's character. So the one that everyone would say is that she has that look of utter disgust and disdain and paranoia and hatred, and she plays that sort of character brilliantly, I think, does Lena Headey. I think she does a really good job of showing in her face exactly what she thinks of you, and most of the time she's thinking, if I had the chance now I would stab you in the face, because she's not a nice person. So I thought the expression on her face sort of shows some of her character, that look of pure disgust, which she does so well. Again, this took a long time to do because of the crown, the hair, the two-tone, you know, the two directions of light, etc. And the flip side to that coin was Tyrion. So my wife said again, well, if you're going to do Cersei, why don't you do Tyrion? And I thought, well, that's good because they're two sides of the same coin. Cersei's a very nasty character, very full of faults. And you've got Tyrion, who is the flip side of the coin, and he's he's a good guy, you know. He's in the series, he's a very good guy. So I wanted him, and I wanted a picture again to show the sort of weight of the responsibility that he has throughout the show on his shoulders, because a lot rests on him and being able to stop a lot of things and make a lot of things happen. So I just wanted to get a picture which showed an expression on his face that was sort of like, you know, I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders and all that responsibility, and I think I've picked the right picture. And again, the technique for this is I try to make all the portraits look like a Renaissance style picture. I am very good at doing, and I've studied for years. I've read hundreds of books of Da Vinci, my favourite artist, as you all know, or a lot of you will know. So I'm very good at doing the Renaissance style portraiture and the colouring, the sfumato technique, which Da Vinci made, that soft sort of look on the portraits. So again, I didn't want them to look 100% photographic. I wanted them to be very detailed, but with an edge, almost like when you look at these pictures now, if you Google one of the Marvel's Avengers posters or the Thor posters or anything like that, and you see all the characters, you can tell they're drawn, they're just extremely detailed. I didn't want them to look like a photograph, I wanted them to look like a piece of artwork, almost like a promotional poster. So all of them look a bit Da Vinci-esque in that they look like Renaissance style portraits, which was the idea at the end of the day, because I did want it to have that movie sort of TV promo feel to it. An extraordinary amount of effort on every single drawing. Again, even with Tyrion, now you'll know, you know, he's a small person in the show anyway, but because he's stood on this one, I've got him behind Jon Snow. He's probably the smallest head out of the three, I think he is. But even so, with him and the part of his collar and his clothing and neck and everything, hair, that again was a good, I'd say 15, 16 hours, and then having to work everything into that and blend it in and get the right skin tone and skin textures. And this is just a little snippet showing you just what it takes and the amount of time it takes to blend and layer up the colours, to get the detail in there, to make the shadows and shading right, to get the depth of the features in the face, to get like the dimples in the cheeks, the creases in the nose, the you know, the creases in the eyes. You know, it's not just hammering it. Some of you will have noted, and eagle-eyed on the Tyrion picture, that, you know, there's bits that reflect because of the amount of, because I've basically dug into the page with a pencil and it's reflected, but there you go. So this is just a little overall shot of the whole picture, Game of Thrones, there you go, and just a little overview of all the portraits on there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be putting stills. This will be on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you're not subscribed already, why are you not subscribed? Go on to my YouTube channel, PD Modern Master, and subscribe. Go on to my other formats and platforms. There you go. Thank you for watching, PD Modern Master. Thank you very much. And subscribe, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Do it now. And thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Bye bye.